Good evening, everyone. This is the iBug Buzz. It's episode 644, recorded on Monday, July 29th, 2024. I am Desi Nollard in Franklin, Tennessee, and I will be facilitating for this first hour tonight with Sandhya Rao, who will take the reins after our halftime festivities. This is an open forum for anyone with questions regarding the use of their iPhones, iPads, Apple Watches, Apple TVs, HomePods, or even their iPod Touches. And for anyone desiring to become more proficient in using the accessibility features of these devices. Welcome to everyone who has joined us tonight and to those listening later via the recorded podcast. Now, I'd like to turn things over to Sandhya, the ladybug herself, who is going to give us some special announcements.
All right. Thank you, Desi. Yes, we have a busy week once again. Well, almost busy. All right, what do we got going on? Everything is on Zoom and everything is Central Time. So let's go over what we just said for the next 2 hours. iBug Buzz, and then we'll have our midpoint big reveal for the iBug Night at the Virtual Movies. So stick around for that and participate with trying to guess those crazy clues. Then after that, we'll have an iBug Bytes segment where we provide helpful hints and tricks for using your iPhone. And then we have the AfterBuzz. After the recording stops, we'll continue and just have a social gathering with the forbidden topics excluded. Then Tuesday is the fifth Tuesday, so there's no mini buzz or Mac buzz. Tomorrow, enjoy the day off. Wednesday off. Thursday we have iBug Trekkie Talk Deep Space Nine from 8 to 9:30. Then Fridays iBug Night at the Virtual Movies starting at 8 p.m. Social time at 7:15. Discussion and trivia to follow. Then Saturday, we are all so excited for Saturday is part of the iBug Unplugged. It's going to be it's iBug's Got Talent. Come and hear the amazing talent that we have amongst our very own iBug family. Come and cheer them on and be wowed by their wonderful talent. And we're so grateful that they have shared that with us. So that's from 8 to 10 Central Time. We're going to get to listen to some music, and there will be prizes and virtual snacks. You know, it's all good. So come for that on Saturday, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time. And we had an awesome iBug workshop this past Saturday. And there we had Miss Jody demonstrated the Bard app, one of the apps that we all know and love. And then Herbie did the native weather app so we know when it's going to rain. So that will be posted very soon, so be looking for that. Then, if you want more information about anything that I just said, please visit our website at ibugtoday.org, ibugtoday.org. And there you can find all the information. We definitely encourage you to register there, and then you'll get your own notifications of upcoming events. As we come to the end of the month of July, there will be a lovely compilation of events that are coming up for the month of August. Oh, and then you can listen to our various podcasts on our website, on YouTube, or your favorite podcasting app. With that, I'll turn it back to Desi.
Thank you so much, Sandhya. So, just to remind everybody, we do not use the raised hand feature. We will just ask that you say your name before you ask a question. wait to be recognized, and then ask your question. And please, each time you speak, announce your name again so that everybody knows who is conversing at the moment. So, with that in mind, who has our first question?
Oh, do we want to do intros real quick?
Oh, duh. I knew, just a minute ago, I was thinking I am missing, I'm skipping
You're good.
something.
You're good. Keep
Okay.
going. Okay.
Well, let's go around the room and introduce ourselves. See, I introduced myself, so, that's all. No, that's all you need to know. No, no, no. We want to know who everybody is who's here. So, I'll start again by saying I am Desi Noller in Franklin, Tennessee, and let's go around the room and see who's here.
Thomas in Colorado.
All right, Thomas, welcome.
Robert in Chandler, Arizona.
Hi, Robert.
Herbie
Welcome
in
in.
Houston.
Hey, Herbie. Welcome.
Liz, Fort Worth.
Hi, Liz. Welcome in.
Ann from St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Ann. Welcome.
Ed in Georgetown.
Hello. Pleasure to be here tonight.
Ed, good. Well, I
Pete
almost
in
said good
Jacksonville,
morning. Welcome.
Florida.
Hey, Pete. Welcome.
Hershey, Daytona Beach, Florida.
Hi, Hershey. Welcome.
Hi.
Jake from Michigan.
Hi, Jake. Welcome.
Helene
Jody
from
from New
Woodstock.
Uh-oh.
Helene from Woodstock, New York.
Hello, Helene. Welcome. And somebody else
And
was.
Jody from New
And
Hampshire.
Jody.
Oh, hi, Jody. Welcome.
Hi, Desi. Hi, Elaine.
Dee from Southern Illinois.
All right. Good evening, Dee. Welcome. And remember, we do not use the raise hand feature. I just heard a hand go up. Please lower your hand.
With me, I get those two confused. It's Marcia from Daytona Beach. Someday I want to meet Hershey.
All right. Glad you're here, Marcia. Thanks.
John from BC, Canada.
Hi, John. Welcome.
Paul in Columbus.
From Austin.
All right. Paul and John, welcome to you both.
Brian from Ontario, Canuckland.
Hey, Brian. Welcome.
Deb from Kansas.
Hi, Deb. Welcome.
Thank you.
Cynthia, Houston, Texas.
Hey, Cynthia. Glad you're here.
Hi.
Linda, Willis, Texas.
Hi, Linda.
Greg in Texas.
Hi, Greg. Glad you're here. Anybody else?
Elisa in Porter, Texas.
Hi, Elisa.
Hey, Desi.
All right. Anyone else?
Sandhya in Houston.
Hi. Hi, Vanessa from Georgia.
Hi, Sandhya and Vanessa. Welcome to you
Hello.
both.
Thanks.
All right. One last call. Anybody else? And please don't forget to stay muted when you're not talking. We would really appreciate that. It cuts down on the background noise for the podcast. So, all right. Well, hearing no one else, let's get started now and let's have our first question.
This is Marcia. My question is probably simple. I just
Oh,
want.
go ahead, Marcia.
I'm sorry. I didn't wait. I just said my name. Are sighted people, can sighted people come to iBUG Has Talent?
This is Sandhya.
Defer to Sandhya for that. Yes.
Absolutely. Sure. They're welcome to come. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. That was an easy first question out of the chute. So who's up next with a question?
This is Helene.
Helene, go ahead.
I feel like I'm always stepping on Elisa. Elisa, do you need to go first?
No, you can go ahead and go, Helene. I can wait. Thank you. It's okay.
I got an email from the Be My Eyes today, and I was wondering what the blind community thinks of what they're requesting. If you want to sign off or not be part of what they're doing, trying to have AI be safe for blind people, they're having videos and doing something to secure data. And I'm not sure I totally understand it, but I felt like they were so honest in writing it that I was wondering if other people had any take on what they're going to do.
All right. Does anybody have any thoughts about that?
Hi, it's Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Well, actually, I'm wondering, I did see it myself today, and I'm really not quite sure what it's all about. So I'm curious too.
All right. Who can tell us what it's all about? The only thing that I know, I read it the other day, and the only thing that I know is that for myself personally, I thought that I would go ahead and, comply with everything that they were talking about because I felt like it was a worthwhile thing to do. But it's been since last Friday or something that I read it, and I don't really remember all the details at this point.
This is Marty. What was the question?
She was asking about the email that came out from Be My Eyes about uh, some new things that they're going to be trying and wanting people to either let them know if they don't want to participate in them, or I think if you don't do anything, you'll just be participating in the things. But if you really don't want to for whatever reason, there is a possibility of opting out.
Yeah, it didn't seem important. This is Marty. It didn't seem important to me, so I just left it alone. I don't use them that often anyway. But
Yeah, I left it alone too, Marty. Thank you so much. Okay, anybody else?
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Anybody else? If not, let's move on to the next question.
This is Ed.
Hi, Ed. Go ahead.
Hi. I believe what it is any input or anything that they can get out of any interaction with you concerning Be My Eyes could be used towards the artificial intelligent bank or whatever you call it. They're just looking for other avenues of expertise, I guess. I think that's all it is, which I think that goes on all the time anyway.
This is Pete.
Well, that's what
Go
I
ahead,
got.
Pete.
I just want to concur with what Ed said. It looked because I just reread it quickly, and it says they want us to know that they are contributing to the development of various AI models in the effort to have the blindness perspective represented in the development of those models. So that's what they're saying they're trying to do is to get our perspective injected into the development and the training of their AI models. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it sounded like it to me too, Pete. Thanks so much for clarifying that.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, I agree. I know in doing some searches for blindness, they come up with some really cringeworthy stereotypical comments. And so if we can change that model, it would be great. And I also think that they wanted to be able to use videos for training purposes too. So I'm all in favor of it. I think it's great.
All
All right,
right.
let's
Thank
move
you
on.
so much. So let's move on now to a different subject. I thought I had said that before,
I
but
think Elisa had a comment. This is Sandhya.
that's right. She did. Go ahead, Elisa. Elisa, you can go ahead and ask your question.
may come back. It's fine.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Let us know when you're back, and we will get to you as soon as we can. So who's?
Elisa,
Oh, there you are. Good. Go
I was
ahead.
shutting my door because I had background noise.
Mm,
And I was in my room, so I had background noise. I was shutting my door for a minute.
okay, well go ahead with your question.
Okay, this is Elisa. So I was texting a friend messages with audio messages. And what is the show more show? Yeah, the show more feature on that message thingy. I never seen that before.
Okay, I'm not sure. So you were recording an audio message? Is that what you said?
Yes, well, it's one of my friends, and it had like the little show more feature, and it's like it looks like it was damp. There was nothing to it. It was weird. It was like, huh?
Hmm. Can anybody help Elisa with that? I don't remember seeing that, but maybe someone else
Unless it's
has.
just me seeing it, and it's like just me. Maybe I don't know. Sorry.
um, okay, so anybody have any thoughts about that?
This is Greg.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I think right above the keyboard when you're entering text, I think there's you've got either a hide apps or show more, and it's just a toggle button. But if you have the show more activated, then a lot of things will that you can access will show up. For example, photos. I forget what they are, but a bunch of apps. It's real handy to hide that, to tap on the button to hide, so those things disappear. You can always tap on it again to show them if you want access to the things that you know uh, you can add to the message. But yeah, show more and hide.
All right. Thanks so much, Greg. I guess I actually have seen that, but I didn't realize what we were exactly talking about. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Greg, for that. And I hope that helps, Elisa. All right. Who has another question for us?
This is Marty.
Hi, Marty. Go ahead.
So on the Apple Watch years ago, you were able to find out the battery level of your iPhone. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. And the reason I want to do that is because I have two phones going, my old 8 and my 15. And when I ask Siri, unfortunately, there's no way to discriminate to tell Siri which phone I want the battery level, and so the wrong one answers. And as far as I know, you cannot do it from the watch unless anyone knows of a way to find out from the watch.
Okay. Who can help Marty out with that? Don't everyone speak up at once. Excuse me. Well, Marty, I am so sorry. I don't think anybody has an answer for you.
Which may mean there is none.
This
Maybe.
is Ed.
Oh, go ahead, Ed.
Marty, I know I've asked my watch, and I don't know if I really don't know if Siri was answering me from my phone or my watch, but could you not just ask you could ask what your power level is on, say, your SE, or I don't know which phones you have, but can't you just differentiate the phones?
I don't think you can. I think it will do the nearest phone.
Ask Siri, she would know.
Yeah, well, I can. But you're Ed, when you use the watch and ask Siri, it will give you the power of the watch.
I think it I think it did, but it may be what you've got in the watch for apps, is it not? Is that not part of it?
I don't think so because I have all the apps, that are available. Marty, I think I have all the apps that are available, and I think I have all the settings right
Okay.
so that, yeah,
This is
thanks.
Desi. I think though that if I am interpreting correctly, Ed said though, could you not say to your Siri, um, uh, could you please tell me the battery on my Apple Watch so that and I don't know if she would then give you or he would
Well,
give you that answer,
th-
but
this is Marty.
mhm,
When I use the watch to do that, it does tell me the battery of the watch.
mhm.
But I want to use the watch to find out what it is on the phone, what the phone's battery is.
Okay, so if this is Desi again, so if you said to the watch, um, using the S lady, could you tell me the battery level of my SE phone or whatever phone it is? I wonder if it would work that way.
It does not. It
It
says
does
I
not. You've done
cannot.
that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm
This
afraid.
is Herbie.
Oh, go ahead, Herbie.
Have you tried asking it, like, what's the battery level of Marty's iPhone?
No, but I can try that.
Now that would. This is Desi. That would presuppose that both of your iPhones weren't called Marty's iPhone. But
Well, that's another issue,
yeah. Yeah.
No,
But
okay. So the answer to that is only one of them is connected to the watch.
okay. Yeah. Well,
This
good
is
luck.
Ed.
Go ahead, Ed.
Just one other thing. Is your watch joined with both phones?
No, just one. You can
Just
only
one.
join it to one, I believe. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna move on. So who has the next question for us?
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yes, we just got a Ring doorbell, and I'm wondering if, for example, the doorbell rings, I tap on the banner, it opens the app with the live view, and then I swipe until it says microphone, and then I tap on the microphone. Is there a way to default and have the microphone always on when the app is activated? I'm not the primary user on the app. My daughter is, so she has the dashboard. I'm shared, shared person. So, but I'm just wondering if there's a way to set it so that the microphone automatically comes on when you go to live view.
All right. Does anybody have an answer for Jody about the Ring doorbell? I can't tell you anything because
This
I
is
don't have
Brad.
one. Go ahead, Brad.
I don't think there is. I think it's a privacy thing. When you tap on that alert, it opens it up and you can hear through the doorbell's microphone. But I believe if you want to talk, you have to unmute yourself. Because
Oh, but you can't.
I've got it and I've never seen that setting in there.
Okay, this is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Oh, so I can listen to them, but if they want to listen to me, I have to hit microphone.
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
I think the proper terminology would be if you want to talk to them. I don't think they can ever hear you. Well, they hear you when you unmute, you talk to them.
Yeah.
But you're in control of that. You tap on it, you can hear what's going on. If you have sight, you can see out the camera. But if you want to speak to them, you just like a Zoom room, you come in muted, so to speak, and you have to and of course, you got to swipe around and find the thing and then double
Yeah.
tap on it. And then you're unmuted. And then you can say, who's there? What do you want? We don't want any. Go away.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
So when live view comes up, I can hear if somebody's there, and I can hear if they're talking, and I can hear what they're saying. So
Correct.
okay, well that's
the camera's on and the microphone is on, so you can hear them. They cannot hear you unless you choose to unmute yourself. That way you can listen and then choose to ignore if that's what you want to do, and they never know that you did anything.
okay. Well, thank you. Well, this is Jody.
Thanks, Jody. And thanks, Brad,
Yeah,
very much.
yeah. Well, this is Jody with one more comment. So I'm glad to hear that. And the other thing that I like is I like the way you can on the app. It's very accessible, and you can easily turn on the motion sensor or not. And I turn the motion sensor off because I'm always going out in and out with my dog. And, if it went off every time I went out the door, it would really be distracting. But I can turn it on easily when I'm expecting a package or if I go in the backyard and I'm waiting for somebody to come to the door, that sort of thing. So if anybody's curious, the app is really easy to use, and I'm glad we've got it. So thank you.
All right, very good, Jody. Thank you very much. All right, who's next with a different topic?
This is Ed.
Go ahead, Ed.
When I have my iPhone on and I'm wanting to use my Beat Solos, I just push the button on the Beat Solo and it hooks up like on a Zoom meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just got a set of Shock Pro runs, and when I hit the pairing, like when I hold that button down and it says it's pairing, I always have to go in and go into Bluetooth and hit the Shock Solo thing in the settings in order for it to join. And it doesn't do that on my stream reader, just on my phone. Is there a setting that I've got wrong in there, or?
Okay, does anybody have an answer?
This is Marty.
Go ahead, Marty.
When you turn, after you've paired the shocks the first time, Ed, do they automatically power on when you put them in your ears or put them on?
No, because those two buttons on the right side, the one you hold in to turn it off or turn it on.
Okay.
So you're saying I should just turn the power on and it should join?
Yes. Yes. Don't go into pairing mode. When you turn the power on and it's previously been paired and you have Bluetooth on your phone, it should say whatever it calls it, shocks, whatever.
Audio now unmuted.
Connected.
Okay, great. Thanks, Marty.
You probably will not get that message on your phone, but you will get some kind of a feedback on your headset.
This is
Ed.
Terry.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Terry.
If you hold the button in on the shocks too long, it will put you back in pairing mode. So you don't want to do that. You want to hold it in long enough to hear it say whatever model it is powered on. And then you can release the button, and then it will automatically, or it should automatically pair to the last device to which you have had it paired previously.
Okay,
This is Ed. Thank you.
This is Helene.
All right, go ahead, Helene.
I have a question that has come up before and now because I need to do it. I don't remember the answer, but I have a text message that has come into my text, and I want to forward it to my email. And I know there are steps, and I know I've heard you on these calls tell me many times. And I don't either remember or I do it incorrectly.
Okay. Desi still there?
Yes.
This is Vanessa.
Okay, Vanessa, go ahead.
Well, Helene, what I do when I'm in a message, I swipe up until it says copy. And I double tap on copy. And then I come out, go into my email, and then it says compose new email. And so I tap on that. And then it says to. So, you're going to put to yourself. And then it says subject line, you put that. And then when you get to the message, I double tap. So when I double tap, then I swipe to my right. But sometimes I don't see paste. So I double tap again, and then I see paste, and I tap on paste, and then I just go to the top right and hit send. But that's how I do it.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Helene, I hope that helps. Okay, so who has our next question?
This is John.
Hi, John. Go ahead.
Teresa and I both got on our phones a message saying our battery is seriously depleted and we should get it replaced at the Apple store. And then it said something like, good news, I'm paraphrasing, that is covered under your Apple contract. And we checked, and both of our batteries say that the max is 81%. And I wondered if someone has advice. Should we go in immediately? Should we wait until it goes a little lower? What do people find is the best thing to do with a battery after getting that warning?
This is Paul.
Thank you.
Audio now unmuted.
Are you being annoyed by the battery going down faster, or you don't have as much time as you'd like? I think it comes down to what you can tolerate.
No, it seems to be working fine. In fact, we didn't even notice it until we got them.
This is Paul. Then I would say, when it starts bothering you that it's not staying charged, that's the time to have it taken care of. But on the other hand, if you're covered under your warranty, the Apple Care, it doesn't hurt to replace it, and then you're always have full power.
This is Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
John, I'm just curious, how did you hear about this? Was it an email? Was it a notification? I'm surprised that Apple contacted you about a low battery. I've never heard of that.
I think it was a notification.
I got nervous as soon as I heard you ask the question, thinking it, because I'd not heard of, maybe if someone else has heard of that happening, then they can calm my nerves. But I immediately got a scam alert tickling up my back. Although if your battery is at 81%, it seems timely, and it doesn't seem like sending you into an Apple store would be any type of a scam that I'm aware of. But I'm just a little leery that you were contacted, and I've not heard of that happening before. So I'll shut up and let Pat and Marty comment.
Okay, go ahead, Pat.
I did get a funny text message like that, and I called Apple, and they suggested I don't respond and that I send it to the scam notification to Apple and my carrier. So I did get something, and it is a scam.
This is Desi. Thank you, Pat. Yeah, John, I was going to say kind of the same thing. I mean, I would go in, if you are wondering, I would go into the battery section under settings and check what it says your battery capacity is right now. But I'm betting, like Pete and Pat and anybody else who may be thinking this, that it's really a scam, and that you should, if it was a text message, you can delete and report junk. If not, I would just delete it and get rid of it from the notification center and not follow up on it.
This is
So
Pete.
go ahead, Pete.
Except that, John, I think you said you did check your battery settings, and your battery health is at 81% for both you and your wife.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So
Because that's getting down towards the
that is getting
80% where they
close.
say you
Yeah.
should be concerned. So I don't. It does sound like a scam, John. I don't think that was a proper contact. But as somebody asked, or Paul asked, are you having battery problems? Are you seeing your phone battery percentage go low very quickly? In which case, then maybe you might want to go into an Apple store. But I wouldn't do it in response to this.
This is
This is
Brad.
Terry.
This is Marty.
Okay, first Brad, then Terry, then Marty. Brad, go ahead.
I thought John said he got a notification, not a text message. So a notification would make sense. Your iPhone is alerting you that your battery is low to 21%. It didn't ask you to do anything but go to the Apple store. That's it. That sounds legitimate. Now, am I not correct? Did you get a text message? If that's the case, that would be something to be concerned about, and I would not respond to it. I would get rid of it. And if you're concerned about your iPhone, I'd take it to Apple in person.
This is John. Thank you.
Go ahead, John.
I believe it was a notification.
Okay, well, this is Desi. If it was a notification, then I would think, as Brad says, that is legitimate. I think we were talking about if it's a text message, and that I think would not be legitimate. I don't think Apple goes around texting people about stuff like that. But if it was actually a notification in your notification center, it probably was legitimate. And but my understanding was that they won't even replace your battery until it's at 80%. So maybe it's just kind of giving you a forewarning that you're getting, close to that. But
All right,
that's
let's
probably
keep
all
going.
it is. All right.
This is John.
This
Thank
is Marty.
to all
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Marty, but I think we're
Yeah,
going to move on
I
from.
just wanted to quickly say, John, go into the battery health. When you go into the battery health section, and besides giving you maximum capacity, because my old phone is at 77%, and it says your battery should be serviced. So I do get a message in that space.
Right.
And,
okay.
Okay, that's
Thank
it.
you so much, Marty. And I did say originally Terry, so go ahead, but then we're going to stop with this after that. So go ahead, Terry.
If you didn't want to go to the Apple store directly, I think Apple still does screen sharing, and you could call Apple, and you could call Apple Accessibility even, or you could just call Apple and see if they'll do a screen share with you and check your battery progress. And also they can tell you over the phone whether or not that message that you've received is legit. But they can check your battery over the phone and let you know whether or not you need to have it replaced.
This is John. Thank you, Terry. That's a good suggestion.
Go ahead. Thanks, John. All right. Who's next with a new subject?
This is David.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I saw over the weekend that Apple Viz, the website, is going to shut down. And I didn't know if anyone had any more information. They wrote a big long post on Facebook kind of telling why the guy that I guess was running the website single-handedly couldn't handle it anymore. And they were also getting a lot of negative comments and posts. It was becoming a little more troublesome, I guess, to keep it clean and all that. But it was a really good resource. I used that a lot when I first got my phone. And I still enjoyed the podcasts that they put out. I listen to those more than going to the website. So I don't know if the podcast will survive or it'll all go away. But that's some really good ones, an archive, people could benefit from. But anyway,
this is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, what you read is true. And from what I understand, it is shut down effective immediately. The website is in read-only mode till at least August 31st. A number of groups, including Bytes, have contacted David Goodwin and are interested in working out something to at least preserve the archives or something of that nature. And from what I understand from the president of Bytes, thus far, David Goodwin and the editorial team at AppleViz are not interested in any of this. And apparently where it is right now, it's up to them. David Goodwin owns the website. He can do with it what he wants. And my understanding is right now he is not interested in anything other than shutting it down at some point around or slightly after August 31st. Podcast, everything. It's shut down.
This is Desi.
This is David.
Just a second. This
Okay.
is Desi, and I was going to say that you can at this point now go and download any of the podcasts that you want from the website, but as of August 31st, it will be closed down. So if there's, you can go in there and search through the podcasts, and if there's stuff that
or
you
articles
really
or anything like that.
articles, yeah, any of the articles that are up there.
But it's read only. You can't
But
sign
it's
in
read only.
or
Right.
comment on a post or anything like that.
Right, exactly. All right. Well, thanks for bringing that up, David. Yes, that was quite a shock to a lot of us.
I had one more thing.
Okay.
Sorry, David.
Go ahead, David.
I wonder, this is kind of speculation. I wonder if the people that were producing the podcast will continue to do it like on their own, like that Anonymous guy. He did a lot of great demos, and he always would get like developers on there of apps that were interesting, and they would do like a wrap up of the iOS
Well, this is Desi.
additions and stuff. I found that to be the most beneficial thing they did. I mean, that's what I pretty much used them for.
This is Desi, and I will just say that that's kind of just really speculation. We have no way of knowing. I mean, I hope that some of those people will want to continue doing podcasts and stuff. I know that Thomas Domville was doing a separate podcast of his own. I can't think what it was called right now, but you might be able to go into your podcast catcher and put in his name and find it. But he might be doing more. There might be a lot of people who will branch off and do it, but of course we don't have any way of knowing. Nobody has said, so it's just all speculation. Just keep your eyes and ears open.
This is Colleen. I had a question.
Okay, Colleen, go ahead.
When whoever was talking about Apple, whatever he was saying kind of broke up, but I got the gist. Is there any way that I've never even heard the podcast? Are there a couple of podcasts that you particularly like, or people that have listened to it could put out there the names, and maybe the rest of us could find them and listen to them or something? I have no exposure to it whatsoever.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
So if you're just wanting to check out some of AppleVis's important podcasts, I recommend looking for the ones that are like, say, what's new with iOS 17, what's new with, like those were, I feel like, really good resources.
Okay.
And that's what I recommend.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Herbie. This is
Thank
Desi.
you.
You probably just need to go to the website, which is AppleViz, AppleViz.com, and just take a look around there and see what you might want to take advantage of while you can. All right, let's move on to another topic. Who has another question? And thanks, David, for bringing that up. That was a pretty big thing that happened. So thanks for letting people know about that if you hadn't heard. Okay, so who is next?
This is Terry with a follow-up from last week.
Okay, Terry, go ahead.
Someone, and I don't remember who, was asking for suggestions of apps that can help you to know your heart rate or your pulse or your blood pressure or body temperature, that kind of thing. The best I could do that's accessible to VoiceOver is an app called Instant Heart Rate. You can put your finger on the is it the camera, or I can't remember now. At any rate, it will tell you your heart rate. You can follow instructions and that kind of thing, and it will give you that information. I don't believe there's anything accessible that would give you information about your blood pressure, because that's still a work in progress with Apple. There are apps that you can download where you can store information, and apps that you can connect to your phone whose devices, weight scales, thermometers, that kind of thing, that will allow you to store the information, the readings from those hardware devices onto your phone. But this instant heart rate is the only one that I am aware of that's user friendly, that will allow you to find out your heart rate and other things if you don't want to use the heart app that's already on your phone. And of course, you can store things in the health app as well, based upon the information that you get from items from various apps that are already native apps on your phone.
All right. Well, thank you so much for following up on that for us, Terry. And
This is
that's
Pete.
good. Go ahead, Pete.
Just a quick heads up to folks who didn't hear already that the iOS 17.6 was released this afternoon. It's for security updates and bug fixes, nothing substantive that I could see in the update. Of course, I just updated it a few minutes ago. But iOS 17.6 is there to be downloaded and installed.
All right. Thank you so much, Pete.
This is Ed.
Hi, Brian.
Wait. Okay, I'm not sure.
This is Jessica
This
from
is
South Carolina.
All right, let's take Jessica. We haven't heard from Jessica yet, and then we'll do Brian, and I think there was one more person. So, Jessica, go ahead.
How are y'all tonight?
Good.
Good. I just wanted to add in to the medical topic as well. Depending on the instant heart rate monitor, that is a good app. I've used it several times. Also, if you have a Medicare Advantage plan like Humana or what is that other one? United Healthcare. You can they give you like a food card slash over the counter product card with a certain amount, and you can get food, and also you can get over the counter products that you need, and you can get like talking scales to check your weight. Let's say if you have like heart failure, or if let's say if you want to check your heart rate or oxygen level, they also sell a talking pulse ox as well. So just some pointers for those that maybe didn't know what all was out there.
All right. Well, thank you very much,
Yeah,
Jessica.
this is Jody.
Go
You're
ahead,
welcome.
Jody. Wait.
Yeah, I just
Wait.
wanted to comment.
Brian was actually next. So, Brian, go ahead.
I was just going to do a fill-in. You mentioned Thomas Dunville's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Seeing in the Dark, and
Thank you.
he has
I knew it
not
had
done.
dark in it.
Yeah, seeing in the dark, but he hasn't done anything on it since January.
Right. Thank you. I thought though that, he may pick that back up.
Oh yeah,
I
I
mean,
believe
that's
he will.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
possible.
but yeah, of course it's all again, like I said, speculation. But thank you for that, Brian. Appreciate it.
This is
Okay, and
Ed.
all right, Ed, go. Were you after Brian? Did you say something before?
I did, yes.
Okay, go right ahead, please.
And as far as the heartbeat monitor goes, I was looking at the user guide for the iWatch, and it says in there that the heartbeat monitor is available in certain areas. So I don't know what that means, but other than in certain areas, I guess it's available, and others it isn't. So, anyways, that's in the owner's user guide of the iWatch. Okay.
All
This
right,
is
thank you
Sandhya.
so much. Go ahead, Sandhya.
I thought the whole point of the question last week was that they didn't want to use an Apple Watch. So the
Right.
question was,
That's what I
is
thought
there
too.
something you can do on your phone? So yeah, the Apple Watch, we know that, but was there something independent? And I don't think that there is. So
Except
all right.
for that Instant Heart app.
This is
All right. Okay.
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, go ahead.
I was wondering if anybody knew anything about accessible apps for Wi-Fi thermostats. I trying to buy a new Wi-Fi thermostat and finding one that's accessible with the iPhone.
All right, who can help Ibrahim with this?
This is Linda.
Okay, go ahead, Linda.
Ecobee is one that's accessible on the iPhone.
Okay.
And also the Nest is accessible.
Well, from what I heard online, it seems like people are saying the Nest are like accessible to a point, but they have some accessibility issues. Is that not true?
It worked for me when I had it.
Okay, I'll look into that. Thanks. That's helpful.
This is Brian.
Okay, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, I do have the Nest, and I use it for my AC and my furnace, and it's totally accessible. I don't have any problems.
Okay, that's good because I saw there's a new one coming out for the Nest. I was thinking between that one or the Ecobee. That's good to know.
This is Dee.
Okay, Dee, go ahead.
I have the Nest and I don't have any problems, but it seems to me like I may be wrong, but I would think that you would have to have the app that goes along with the specific thermostat, the brand.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm thinking of getting one of those, and then once I have the app that's connected to like one of the smart speakers, but I just want to make sure the app itself is accessible before I want to buy it.
This is Paul.
Hey, Paul, go ahead.
Talking about other brands, Infinity is one that works with a lot of brands of units, but I specifically know because I have a carrier unit. But like the Nest and the Infinity will work with various company equipment.
Which one is that one? Xfinity, you said?
Infinity,
Infinity, okay.
Infinity.
All right, I'll look at that one. Thanks.
It was not very good about a couple of years ago, but they took some time and it's quite accessible and very detailed right now.
Okay, well. That's a couple of good options. I was mainly reading between the two, either Ecobee or Nest, but that also looks like a good one. So I'll look at that. Thanks.
This is Sandhya.
Go ahead, Sandhya.
Just a reminder, wait to be recognized. Say your name, wait for Desi to recognize you before speaking. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
this is Brian.
Go ahead,
Just
Brian.
A quick shot here. With the Nest, though, like the unit connected to your furnace or AC does not speak to you, but from your iPhone, you can control everything.
All right, good point to be aware of. All right, we have just a few minutes left. If anybody has another question.
This is Martha.
This is Ibrahim. Thanks for all the tips. I'll look at all of them.
You're welcome, Ibrahim. Marcia, go ahead.
I have some M4A recordings and voice memos. Is it true that I cannot send those to an Android or to an email? It just has to be to another iPhone?
This is Desi. I do not believe that is true.
This is
Somebody else can
Herbie.
back me up on that, but all you have to do is share it from your phone to, whoever's in your contacts, and they will get it no matter what phone they're on. I'm sorry, who was speaking up there?
This is Herbie.
Oh, Herbie. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I was going to say roughly the same thing, because of course, one of the options to share is via email, of course. So if they're an Android user, you probably would want to use that method rather than text. But just know that the length of the file is going to depend on how long it takes, and I don't know, like if it's a file that, like how long is the file that you're wanting to share?
One song.
One song, okay, yeah, that'll fit in an email. But if it was like, say, an hour-long lecture or whatever, that might be a problem. But one song, I would just, if they're an Android user, I would do like, probably email would be the best way to go. WhatsApp is also another good way to send voice memos.
This is Pete.
And because again, they don't have to be an iPhone user, but by default, I would go with email.
Okay, Pete, go ahead.
My question would be, is an M4A format listenable on an Android phone?
Yeah,
This
that's
is
my
Herbie.
question.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah, M4A is a universal format.
Okay, I thought it was just for Apple. Thank you.
Okay, good. Good. All right, I hope that got your question answered,
Yeah.
Marcia.
This is Marcia. I did send
Okay.
one out in an email, and they said they didn't get it, but that could be operator error because with my sharing, I don't do it very often, so it might have been me. I'll try again rather than give it up.
Okay, well, very good. Well, everybody, we have almost made it to the top of the hour. And because I don't really think we have time to answer another question, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Sandhya.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Desi. Very good. And now we're at the midpoint of our call. We get to say hello to anybody who joined us since the beginning of this call. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and if you are here for the first time, we'd like to know that. And not for the first time tonight, but really the first time you have ever been here. All right. Who would like to go?
This is Terry from Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Okay. Welcome.
This is Colleen.
Ohio.
Colleen, welcome.
Colleen
and
from
Pat. Okay.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Welcome. Yes.
It's only 108 today.
All right. Cool. Nice and cool. And welcome, Pat. How are you? Keep going. Who else?
This is Gloria from Houston.
Hey, Nurse Miss Gloria. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
All right. Very good. Who else?
This is Kenny from Missouri.
Kenny from Missouri. Welcome. And did I hear Miss Cindy?
That's Cindy from Chicago.
Hello. Welcome.
Jessica in South Carolina.
Hello, Miss Jessica. Welcome.
Howdy.
Anybody else?
Elizabeth from Newfoundland.
Hello, Miss Elizabeth.
Hello.
Who else? Say your name, where you're from.
David from Houston.
Hey, David, welcome. All right. Well, very good. We're just so happy that you guys are here. We don't use the hand raise feature, so we see you, Marvin. Welcome to you. All right. So let's get on with the show. We're going to find out what our movie is for Friday. iBUG Night at the Virtual Movies at 8 p.m. Name that tune, bad jokes and all, and just hanging out with your friends from 7:15 onward. And then discussion and trivia to follow. All right. Who? No. Let's see. iBUG guy, are you out there?
Coming to you from the great Paris. We are watching Olympics.
Yes.
But we have time to say what the movie gonna be this week.
Go ahead.
But first, fun fact. Everybody knows they give out medals, and right now the U.S. is leading in the medal count, not necessarily in the gold medal count. Speaking of gold medals, they didn't always give a gold medal for first place in the modern Olympics, which started in, 1896, I think, somewhere in there. Anyway, back then, when it first started in Athens, Greece, the modern Olympics, first place was a silver medal and an olive branch. Second place, you got bronze medal and a laurel branch. Third place, you got nothing. And it wasn't until the 1904 St. Louis Olympics that the solid gold medal came into being for a first place winner. There's your fun fact for the night. All right, let's get into our next part of the show.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So we've got some clues. Okay, there's rules. Everybody can stay unmuted. This is the only time you get to stay unmuted during this program. And we want everyone to play. We have 5 clues. You get 1 guess per clue. And if you were a winner in the last 3 weeks, you are ineligible tonight. So you got to sit out. Well, if you won last week, you got to sit out 2 more weeks. Ready for?
This is Sandhya.
Oh, you got to say your name. Yes, be sure to, just like in the other part of the program, say your name, wait to be acknowledged before you yell out the title. Yes, you have to yell it out. If I don't hear it loud enough, then it doesn't count. All right, here we go. Clue. Our film this week is set in one of our favorite places, the Big Apple, and is based on the novel by the same name. Set in New York City and based on the novel of the same name. Nobody's guessing. All right. We will go to clue number 2. The movie explores themes of kindness, acceptance, and empathy. Empathy? What is empathy? Empath. No, empathy. Okay. Anyway, those are the themes that the movie explores: kindness, acceptance, and empathy.
This is David.
Oh, David.
As good as it gets.
As good as it gets is not for this week, but good try, David.
This is John.
Mr. John.
Tuesdays with Maury.
Oh, love that one. Tuesdays with Maury. Was that a movie? I guess I didn't see the movie. Read the book, of course. All right. since I don't know the movie, I guess it's not here for this week. Sorry, John.
This is Brooks.
Brooks, go ahead, sir.
Lost in Yonkers.
Lost in Yonkers. Where the heck is Yonkers? I guess we don't ever know because we're all lost. All right, good try, Brooks. Where's all our Big Apple people? We don't have any Big Apple people on this call.
Nope.
Oh man, can't believe Sharon would know this one. I'm sure. All right, we're gonna move on to clue number 3. The bicycle that the main character
Hang on. Okay, come back in, Mr. McCulloch. No, there's still background.
You didn't delete them. Who was it? It's a phone.
All right, come back in.
All right. Clue number 3. The main character rides a bicycle, which is the same model that Elliot rode in that movie from, what year was that? I forgot. Yeah.
1981.
80 something.
Mid 80s, yeah. Elliot rode in E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Oh, who wrote these clues anyway? All right, we're going to move on to clue number 4. Oh, this is going to give it away. The film addresses the impact of bullying children. The impact of bullying on children. The impact of bullying on children. I thought I would be hearing lots of names shouted out by now.
God, this is Sandhya. Just remember, they're all muted, so you need to unmute if you want to guess.
Okay, I'm just going to call on someone. Let's see. How about Helene? Take a guess. You're from New York. You grew up not far from Yonkers. Helene's fell asleep, unfortunately. Okay.
Kathy.
Kathy, take a guess.
How about Love Story?
Love Shack.
Audio now unmuted.
I am not sleeping and I do not know.
All right. We thought we caught you. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not watching Love Shack. Good try, Kathy.
Or Love Story.
Oh,
I have another guess.
Anybody else?
I can represent the New York people since I grew up in New Jersey. Same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right across the, is there a river that between?
Hudson.
Yeah, the Hudson.
Hudson. Yeah.
All right, keep going.
All right, keep going. Clue number 5. 5. The main character required this will definitely give it away. The main character required extensive prosthetics that took about 2.5 hours each day to apply.
This is Jody. I know what it is, but I can't answer because I guessed 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Jody. Okay. Just sit there and don't wet your pants, and we'll see if anybody else can get it.
Jody, you got my text number?
Shree.
Is it the sessions?
The sessions. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not the sessions. Anybody else? That was our fifth clue, final clue. I can go back and read them all if you would like.
No bonus?
Oh, let me see.
It's probably not going to help you. So
never know.
Robert.
Oh, Robert.
Robert's coming in for the win.
Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, Edward Scissorhands. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to just give it.
Pete?
Can I guess? And since it doesn't count,
hold on.
Hold on. We're gonna see if there's a bonus.
Pete?
Okay.
Oh, Pete. Pete's trying to
Pat.
How about Sully?
Sully is incorrect. Okay, Pat.
Elephant Man.
Oh, I was waiting on somebody to say that, and guess what? Pat is not right tonight. Try, Pat.
Oh.
All right, we're going to. Where the heck is that bonus clue? Somewhere around here.
Not your lunch?
Sounded like it.
Sounded like his lunch.
Yeah. Like that brown paper bag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He left it in his lunch pail. Yeah.
I found the bonus. Got a little mustard on it here. Let me wipe it.
I knew it.
The movie features a scene where the main character imagines himself as an astronaut.
Yeah, I got it.
This is Brooks.
Brooks.
Mask.
Mask is another great guess, but not what we're looking for. So close.
Kathy.
All right. Ooh, who's that?
Kathy.
Kathy.
Again. Wonder.
Wonder. I wonder.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Kathy. Good try. Good try. Ding, 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 ding. Kathy is correct.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Good
Wonder.
job.
Wonder is the movie we're watching. That great book by R.J. Palacios or something like that. And starring, I can't remember the kid's name, but Owen Wilson plays his father. Julia Roberts plays his mother. And it should be a great movie. Again.
Great book, too. Yeah.
This Friday night. I know we read it in the Villa Book Club a while back. So hopefully everyone will join us. Unfortunately, since we didn't have a winner tonight, we did have a winner.
Yeah, you did have a winner.
We did.
Kathy, how quickly they forget.
Excuse me.
Okay,
Johnny's clearing her throat.
Tonight.
All right, Kathy. Kathy, you're such a lucky lady. You are now the owner of the 1981 Kuwahara BMX bicycle that Elliot rode. And you might think, who wants some old bicycle? Think again. This bicycle is worth between $40,000 and $60,000. Going to auction. Going to auction.
Of a music player with
and could
in the background.
be up to $115,000. So go for it, Kathy, lucky lady. Thank you very much. You did great.
Is it a tandem?
Yeah, no tandem. You're going to be on your own. Okay.
But with 115,000 or whatever, you can buy one.
It comes with prepaid
All right.
life insurance.
Let's go, Mr. McCulloch. Let's say goodnight. Time to say goodnight.
Everybody,
Good night.
Night.
Good night, Michael.
Good night, John Boy.
All right. Thank goodness. Good job. There we go. So in case you missed it, the movie is Wonder, based on the book by the same title, and that movie was from 1917. Oh, not 1917, 2017. All right, yeah, we haven't gone that far back. Okay. All right, so now it's time for our iBUG Bytes segment. And then we'll have some questions, and then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's go. For today's iBUG Byte segment, we're going to be talking about how to change your device name. We'll start by going to Settings.
Settings.
Then
Settings. Heading. Search field. Dictate button.
After the Dictate button, you're going to swipe about 11 times until you get to General. Here we go.
Screen time. General button.
Going to double tap on General.
About button.
And then the very first thing you see is About. You want to go there.
About button. Name. General. Back button. Name. Sandhya's iPhone button.
Okay, that's really original. So I'm going to make it something fun. I'm going to make it Ladybug's iPhone. So let me get rid of Sandhya and write Ladybug. Okay, I'm going to delete that.
Delete. E-L-L. Delete. N-O-A. Cat I. Space S. A-Y-A-D-N-A. Cat. Delete. Done. Dictate.
Ladybug's iPhone.
Inserted Ladybug's iPhone. Text field is editing. Ladybug's iPhone. Character mode. Insertion point at end.
All right, so it dictated that.
Name. Heading. About. Back button.
So there was no done button or anything, so I just backed out of there. And now, as we can hear, it says...
Name. Ladybug's iPhone. Button.
Now, when would this be an issue, or how does this help us? So, for example, if you are trying to airdrop something to somebody else, and we've talked about airdropping, sharing information with another device that is in close proximity to you. We actually did a full-blown demo of that at the Apple Workshop in February. But I'm going to show you real quick how the other device will see your device's name, so it'll know whether to accept you or not. So real quick, here we go. Okay, so here's some random contact in my phone.
Elantra.
So I'm going to double tap on her name.
Elantra.
And then go down to the share.
Notes. Send message. Share contact button.
Double tap on share.
Share contact. Heading.
And then one of the options is going to be airdrop. So now when I choose airdrop, it's going to be looking for people nearby. And I have my work phone turned on, so let's see if it finds it.
Done. Button. Selected. First name. Elantra.
Oh, sorry. So when you, we talked about this last week, when you want to share a contact card, it now gives you the option to delete certain fields if you don't want to share the whole thing. So I don't care about this one. I'm going to just say done at the top right corner.
90. Done. Button.
All right. Now.
Elantra. Sandhya's MacBook Air 2. Button.
No, I don't want to do that.
Other devices. iPhone. Button.
Okay, that's the one I want to send it to.
Ladybug's iPhone would like to share a contact card.
So this is on the work phone. It's saying, hey, Ladybug's iPhone, so that's my personal phone, wants to send you something. And, since I know that that is me, I can say accept or decline.
Decline button. Ladybug's iPhone would like to share a contact card. Decline button. Accept button.
Double tap.
Accept. Cancel button. Cancel button. Contact cancel button. Elantra.
So it's here. Now the Elantra contact is now on my work phone.
Message button. Save button.
So now I have the option to save that contact on my work phone if I wanted to. Guess I could do that.
Save button. Save back button.
And that is how it would be beneficial to name your devices. And this also comes in handy when you're trying to pair Bluetooth devices. So good luck and have fun. All right, who has questions? You need to unmute yourself. Anybody? All right, anybody else want to have a question about today's iBUG Byte?
This is Pete.
Okay, hang on. Go ahead, Pete.
So if you came into Zoom, if you didn't change your name in Zoom, would it show up as Ladybug's iPhone?
That is a different issue. No, it will. I mean, it kind of depends. So that's why I'm not going to talk about that right now. It's a little more complicated. It used to, but it doesn't do that anymore. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. Who else did I hear?
This is Jessica.
Go ahead, Jessica.
I was just curious. Can you use that feature, let's say, for identity purposes? Let's say if your phone gets stolen and, whatever, and you don't want,
And you don't want what? I'm sorry.
And you don't want them to know who you are. Would that be useful?
Not sure. I mean, if you're saying your phone got lost and you're worried that they're going to find your identity, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Well, there's a different feature. That's something else where you would go into your iCloud. You'd have to go log in on another device under iCloud, and then you could erase your whole phone remotely. But that's a totally different feature. Okay?
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, who else? Any questions on what we talked about? Renaming your device.
Robert.
Go ahead, sir.
So that means if I have, let's say, 2 iPads and 2 iPhones, and actually I know one says Robert's iPad and the other one says Robert's iPad 2. So then that gives me an option of changing the name on it.
Yep.
Like, one's a Pro and one's the other. And I can now distinguish them, and I can go through my devices. I've got several Apple TVs and others. So I can, instead of having it must use my Apple ID name as part of it, and then it just has 1 and 2 after multiple devices, because I keep things and reuse them. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you. That was very informative. I now got a project to do.
All right. And I like the fact that you accumulate Apple devices just like me and never get rid of them. Okay.
A bushel of apples.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you, sir. Who else?
Pat,
go ahead, please.
I just wanted to say good presentation. Some people don't know how to do that, and I'm sure it was helpful to many people.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Pat. I appreciate that. Thank you.
This is Shri.
Go, Shri.
Yeah, one other good benefit of that is if you're going to use the hotspot, it's easy to find it when you label it that way.
All right. Okay. Yeah. think there are going to be lots of cool uses for this. So, all right. Anybody else? Okay. Well, hearing none. And like I like to say, if you have ideas for a Byte segment, send them in or do it yourself and send that in. Okay, very good. All right, now back to our scheduled program. Who has the new question but they haven't had a turn yet? We went through the whole first hour and didn't get to say a word. Who'd like to go? Anybody?
This is John from Canada.
Ah, good, sir. Come on in. What you got?
So not so much a question, but a comment. So when they were talking about Apple TV, there's a bit of a distinction because with Apple TV and HomePod, you can not only label your name, but you can also label like the room in the house. So you can say John's bedroom for your HomePod, but it could also have its own name. So I just wanted to make that distinction because of the Zoom question.
Ah, okay. Thank you. And if Brad is still on, he can explain the answer to Pete's question if you want to, not to put Brad on the spot, but it is a totally...
This is Brad.
Go, Brad.
Well, I think if you have Zoom on here on your phone and you have not signed in, it gets a name from someplace and it usually gets it from your device name. And so, I mean, I haven't not been signed in for a long time. So, but when you see people on Zoom and their name is iPhone, that's where it's getting it from. So if you don't want to sign into Zoom, you can go into About, like Sandhya demonstrated, and customize your iPhone name and make it more easily, have your name like Ladybug. iPhone would show up on Zoom if you're not signed into Zoom. Don't have a free account and are not signed in.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brad. All right. Next. Who else? New question. Okay.
This is Shri.
Oh, Shri.
Has anyone ever experienced lately when you're on a text edit field and you use the rotor and you flick up and you're going backwards, it's repeating the word 2 times?
You're in an edit field?
Yeah. When you're basically editing a text and you change the rotor to characters and you flick up, it repeats occasionally the word 2 times.
Okay. Anybody?
This is Deb.
Go, Deb.
Yes, I have experienced that as well.
So Shree's not the only one, Deb? Okay. All right. Deb says it's happened to her, so it's a real thing, Shri. Any solutions? I mean, I guess it just happens occasionally, so can't really. Okay. Thank you, Shri. Who else? New question. Somebody that hadn't had a turn. Step right up. You. Well, in the meantime, I bought some AirPods, and I think a couple weeks ago, Greg said he got them for $75, was it? I got them for $85. 4 for $85. Normally they're about $99. So, it's a good deal still. So I bought some, and it just seemed really straightforward as far as pairing it. All I had to do was peel the little plastic thing off and go to Find My app, and then there's an ad within the under items, and it was just it seemed easier than before. I mean, it's been a while since I had done it, but anyway, it was a good experience, and I was able to label it.
Did you say AirPods?
Sorry? Say
Did
your
you
name.
say AirPods?
Yes, AirPods.
You mean AirTags?
AirTags. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I'm
Haven't
thinking
had
that
my.
4 for $89 is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, AirTags.
Okay.
And what happened is Misha's AirTag, the original one, is lost, and I guess because the battery went so low, we can't find it. So that was another issue. If you want to, I had to remove it from my list of devices. So anyway, it was kind of weird, but now she has a new AirTag. A new AirTag on life. Okay, who else?
This is Greg.
Go.
So before your AirTag battery goes bad, do you get some kind of, what kind of warning do you get?
Yes, it's been telling me for several weeks Misha's AirTag is low, but I didn't deal with it. And for those of you, on a related note, for those of you who want to use the AirTag for a pet, there are different kinds of holders. There are AirTag holders. Some that you have to loop through the collar itself, and then some that dangle off the collar. So that also became a problem. So I have to get a new kind of dongle. I mean, dangling. Oh my goodness, a dangling what? AirTag holder.
Dangling dongle.
Yeah, dangling dongle. So yeah, so that was another. Just beware of that. So.
Does Misha consume little things like that?
No.
She look. Never mind.
It's affixed to the collar. All right, remember, say your name before you wait to speak. Okay, who else? Go.
Brian.
Who else? Brian, go.
I was just going to add, I can't remember who said it, that the iOS 17.6 today. Also, if you're running an 8 or an older phone with 16, there is a security update for that too.
Okay, thank you, Brian. Thank you. All right, who else want to share anything they learned?
This is Jody.
Go.
For the AirTag that you have on her collar, is it waterproof?
So it can come in it's like a silicone wrapped thing. So if you have to, I think they're different tag. Like I said, it's like it fit. You have to loop the collar through the whole AirTag holder. So it's kind of hard to gauge. And then some of them have AirTag built into the collar. So you just buy the whole thing. It's one piece. So you just got to figure out what you want to do. All right, we're getting some background noise. Okay, all right. Now, who else? And they're not.
Alice?
Go ahead, Miss Alice. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
I have an iPhone 10, and for the last 3 months, the battery's been losing the percentage of power. So I get a new phone. Then the last 3 or 4 days, the phone is working fine. I have absolutely no idea what happened.
Okay. All right. Who can help Miss Alice? Why is her old phone coming? It got jealous and came back to life, right? I don't know.
This is Jody.
Go, Jody.
It's an Apple conspiracy.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, good enough. Thank you.
Well, hey, you got a new phone out of it. It's always good to have a backup device, so there you go. All right, who else? New question?
This is Ed.
Go ahead, sir.
You said you used an AirTag for a pet. Did you name that AirTag?
Yes, sir. Misha's. It just says Misha, my dog's name.
Oh, I thought the AirTag was the pet. Okay, thank you.
But it also, we've done several demos on Find My. We love that app so much, and so many fun news stories involve the AirTag. But there are custom, there are already like pre-programmed names like backpack, purse, whatever. But I put my dog's name in there. So
this is Terry.
Go ahead.
So instead of having a rock for a pet, he thought you had an air tag for a pet, I
Oh,
think.
got it.
That's what he was
Got
saying.
that explanation. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next. Who else? Who else? Who else? Other weird stuff going on? Or not?
This is Shree.
Go ahead.
So I'm a big fan of the Reminders app, and on iOS 18 on my beta, they do now have a undo and redo button. So if you accidentally complete a reminder, now we'd have to go to the closed reminders or completed reminders to bring it back up, but now we have a undo and redo button.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah, we're looking forward to what that'll be. All that'll be coming out at the end of September. So we'll be very busy at that point. So thanks, Shree. Any other things you've seen? We've been talking about some of the anticipated changes, but I think there's talk of bringing closer together the calendars app and the reminders app. So they're very closely related.
This is Jake.
Go, Jake.
What I find interesting, what I think will be a good feature for us is the recording function in iOS 18 to record your phone calls. I think that'll be pretty cool.
Ah, yes. Uh-huh. That's right.
And
And other side will know that we're recording them, so we can't get in trouble. So
yeah. And plus, they're doing stuff with the SIM card too, where you're going to be able to, if you have two numbers, you're going to be able to switch them on the fly.
Oh, okay. So, all right, cool. I only have one number, so it's not a problem, but all right, who else?
Marvin from
Cindy?
Chicago.
Marvin, our two Chicagoans. Go, Marvin, then Cindy. Go.
Do you have to have a 15 or better iPhone to install the beta?
All right, we're beta people.
This is Shree.
Go.
I'm running beta on my 12 Pro.
I got a 13 Pro Max, but it won't let me do it.
This is Herbie.
Go, Herbie.
So did you make sure, if you've not installed the betas for the first time, what you need to do is you need to go to Safari and go to beta.apple.com, sign in, and download the beta profile, and then you'll be able to install the beta by going to you'll install the profile, it'll restart your phone, and then you can go to settings, general software update, and then install the beta.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, Herbie. Good job. Okay. All right, Miss Cindy, let's go. What you got?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, so here goes silly questions. So
no silly questions. Go ahead.
So do you have two iPhones? Do you have to have two different numbers?
All right. Who would like to help Miss Cindy? She's wondering if you have two iPhones. Do you have to have two phone numbers?
This is Terry.
Go ahead.
The easy answer is yes.
Thank you.
This is Herbie.
Go, Herbie.
A long time ago, I had, and I don't know if this is still work today, because a long time ago I upgraded my phone, and the old phone had not been deactivated, and so they both did work on the same phone number.
This is Shree.
And in fact, it's annoying having both phones ringing.
I mean, I have
Oh,
multiple...
sorry. Okay, sorry, Herbie, were you done?
I was just saying that actually did work, so I don't know, it might still be the case today, so it is theoretically possible, but go ahead, Shree.
Okay,
I mean, I have multiple phones, and they all ring from my main number. Is that what we're asking?
Cindy, is that what you're asking?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what he said.
Do you want to be able to answer your same phone with, the same number on multiple phones? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, I want to answer the different phone with the same number.
Yes.
Okay.
You can do that. Now, if your other phone doesn't have a SIM card, you're not going to get a different number calling into it, but you can definitely use multiple phones on the same number, but as long as you have a one working phone with the SIM card.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Okay, this is Sandhya. I think I need some clarification here. So I have my old phones that are sitting here, whatever they are, but they don't have any kind of plan. Are you saying I can still answer phones on there?
Absolutely. Yeah.
They never ring on there.
Well, that's because you have to tell, there's the settings on your primary phone that has the carrier service.
Yeah.
And you can select, just like how you can answer a call on an iPad, you can select which other phones you want it to ring to.
Okay, but you cannot initiate a call on there, can you? Or...
Well, if you got Wi-Fi, you can definitely do like
Wi-Fi calling.
Wi-Fi calling with it.
Okay. All right.
This Terry.
Go ahead.
The thing is, if you have two active phones, they each have to have a separate number in theory, because I did talk to Apple about that at one point. The thing there is two active working phones, but even if one of them isn't active, but you've got Wi-Fi, and so you have told your active phone to recognize your other when they're together, you can then answer calls on your other phone. You can make calls from your other phone so you can answer calls if they're together. You can't. They have to be connected via Wi-Fi basically for it to work. But you can do that.
Okay.
But if you have two active phones that you're paying for, those have to each have a separate number.
All right. Got it. Okay. Thank you. All right. Next. Who else? New question. Has anybody been able to watch the Olympics with audio description? Anybody?
Oh, this is Terry.
Hang on, Terry. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Question about that.
Who else? Anybody else watching Olympics with audio description?
This is Greg.
Go, Greg.
In the for those that I assume you have to be subscribed to Apple Music, but there is a channel in Apple Music that's that does 24/7 Olympics coverage. So it's kind of interesting some of the things you can tune into. One of the things was saber competition, and I mean they're just some of the weird events that you don't normally get.
And this is Sandhya. This is with your Apple Music subscription?
Correct.
Oh, wow. All right. Anybody else? That's cool.
This is Greg.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's an it's labeled, I think, NBC streaming Olympic coverage or something, but you can just tap on that 24/7 and listen to whatever they're broadcasting at the time.
Okay, just to be clear, it's only I don't have like the Apple Plus and all that other stuff. It's not that, right?
You may have to have a subscription. I'm not sure. You just look in Apple Music and see it.
Okay. Yeah, I have Apple Music, but I don't have like the TV and all that. So
This is Jessica.
Go, Jessica.
You can also hear it on iHeartRadio. They have a couple channels that you can hear the Olympics 24/7 on as well.
With audio description or no?
I don't know if it's audio described, but you can listen to the play-by-play stuff.
All right. Okay. Terry Ann?
I understand that Xfinity has audio description with, I forgot the name of the Xfinity feature that you can use on your phone, only I don't know how to do it. And I've been trying to even download it from iHeartRadio on my phone, and I can't seem to get it to work. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I don't believe the iHeartRadio is audio described.
All right. Well, I will tell you that I have no interest in mountain biking. Okay, I don't even really know what that entails, but I watched the entire mountain biking race on Saturday because it was so cool. I do have Xfinity, and first I didn't realize that it was. So you have the regular announcer, and then you have this other really serious guy, and he's like, they are hugging. I mean, it's just so like unusual, very devoid of any emotion. But he's describing what the winners were doing. They're lifting their bicycles over their head and all kind of exciting stuff. So, uh, I already have it enabled the audio description on my TV, and then also have it, whatever setting on my phone. So I don't know what else you need to do, Terry Ann, but it just started automatically. I didn't have to do anything. So it was on NBC. Okay, all right. Hope that helps. All right, who else?
Michael?
Go, sir.
Yeah, you guys were talking about some of the health stuff earlier. I'm using the health app to log in my medications and give me notifications of, when it's time to take them and keep track of them and all that. But now I'm trying to change the time when it notifies me, and I cannot find anywhere in there to change that time. I wonder if anybody's played around with that.
All right, anybody? So you want to change all of the times to another time zone? Is that what you're saying?
Well, not to another time zone, just a new time.
Oh, okay.
This is Jerry from Vermont.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I think if you go in, I would imagine if you go into health and notifications, you can change the time that particular notification comes up. You got to go into settings and then notifications and then down to health. I think that's my best guess.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody taking lots of drugs out there? Want to change your time? Okay, so what have you tried, Mr. McCulloch? You already went into notifications and can't find it there?
Well, I haven't gone into the regular notifications and settings. I just went into the app and
yeah, I thought it would be in the health app
where I set up the actual drugs.
Right.
Put in the medications, and at some point in time, I indicated what time I wanted to take them. And now I can't find anywhere to change that time.
Okay.
This is Shree.
Yeah. Go, Shree.
Michael, did you try double tapping on that medication?
Yeah, I've done that.
What about swiping up or down on the medication?
I don't remember. I can try that. Yeah.
This is something I would guess it would be within the health app. I don't remember going out and changing it somewhere else. Because I did that too, just as an experiment.
Experiment?
Yeah, now I get these is like, you have a medications reminder at 1:15. I'm like, why would I have ever set that up? 1:15 in the morning. So I need to go and delete that too. So, all right. Well, good luck, Mr. McCulloch. Okay. Could, worst comes to worst, delete the whole thing and put it back in.
This is Greg.
Oh, Greg?
Yeah, I'm wondering if you triple tap on that medication, if it would bring up a contextual menu that would give you any choices.
All right. Mr. McCulloch, try that. Where'd he go?
I have not tried that. So got a couple of things to try here. Thanks.
Okay. Go do that and come back and tell us. Okay. All right. No pressure at all. Okay. Who else? New question. Anybody else? Some questions that you're having? So we talked a bit, I think, last week about the iPad and switching the Apple ID to the iPad and all that. So that has been done. And now the issue is, how do I get it to ring on there? And I guess, Shri, you were just telling me that you can, set up what devices it will ring on. So I think all I need to do is get it to ring on get the FaceTime to show up on the iPad. Is that it? Or
This is
anybody
Shri.
else? Yep.
Basically, what you're going to do is it's going to give you some options of all the devices that you want to have. It's basically call forwarding. I think it's kind of like that, but you'll see that your iPad that you want to enable it, double tap it, then it's part of the group.
Okay. All right, we need to do that.
That'll be on your primary phone where you'll do that.
Okay. All right. What else?
This is John.
Linda.
Yes, sir. John and then Linda.
I'd like to go back. This is sort of a spin-off question from Mr. McCullough's, but this is one thing that I really haven't figured out since I lost my sight. When you're in a conversation with someone, and just as was happening then, people make suggestions. How do you note those, make a record of those, or whatever you want to call it, so you can later look them up? I know you might be able to do it separately if you have both an iPhone and an iWatch, but I just have an iPhone. Do people have suggestions as to how you put suggestions in a way that you can later look them up?
This is
All right.
Marcia.
Go, Marcia.
It is just wonderful to open your voice memos. The record button is right there. You can record a doctor's appointment, somebody's phone number, whatever, and then you double tap and it stops, and then you can go back to it and make a note the way you can remember it or have it documented.
All right, hang on. That's exactly perfect. But John, you're saying you're on a phone call when you want to write something down?
Yes.
Okay, anybody else want to help with that aspect of it?
Pat.
Go, Pat.
A lot of times I'll bring up the note app and put information in a note so I can refer back to it.
Yes, and yes, multitasking is amazing, the things that you can do, but it does take practice, John. So have your notes app open, and then then you'll have your phone app, and then you should hopefully be able to swipe over to the notes app, and then have it ready, and create a new note and be ready to write the note down. But you will have to do you have to know your keyboard and know how to type it in, because you cannot dictate while you're on the phone. Okay, what's your question? Go ahead.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Linda. Let's go.
Can you change an Apple ID on an iPad to a different person?
All right. Who'd like to go? Anybody? Can you change the Apple ID on an iPad? I guess since
yes, this is Jake.
Okay, Jake, go.
Yeah, you can, I believe. What I would honestly do if I was going to give it to somebody else, I would restore it to factory defaults and just put in their new information, because what's going to happen when they want to do something with the iPad, it's going to ask for the old ID and the old password, and then it's going to ask for their new Apple ID and their new password. So you'll have two IDs on there no matter what. And the only way I believe, to get rid of it is to do a full system restore on it.
All right, anybody else? Thanks, Jake. Okay, what I did, Linda, this a couple weeks ago is signed out of the iPad. And I think by default that turns off the Find My feature and other things. And then you log in, the new person logs in. It may ask you some questions about whether you want to keep certain bookmarks or whatever, but that was all I had to do.
This is Shri.
Go, Shri.
I'm going to kind of agree with Jake on this one because I think I've done that with my daughter's iPad, and then it was asking me to log in with her credentials, like in certain apps that she had logged into.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. My mom's iPad isn't doing too many things. All she does is FaceTime, so it hasn't been an issue. But okay, very good. So
that's for something like that, I would Shri.
Yep.
For something simple like that, I would say it's probably fine.
Okay. All right, Linda. So it kind of depends on what the intended use is for that iPad. Okay?
Thanks, everybody.
Okay. All right. Whoa. Real quick. So thank you, Desi, for helping out once again, facilitating tonight. And doing a wonderful job. And we are going to quickly summarize this week. We have events, no mini buzz or Mac buzz tomorrow because it's the fifth Tuesday. So our next event will be on Thursday, iBUG Trekkie Talk. Then Friday's the movie Wonder. It's going to be a really good movie. It was a great book, so I'm sure the movie is wonderful too. It is called Wonder. Come for the fun at 7:15. Then on Saturday, don't forget we have iBUG Unplugged. iBUG's Got Talent. Come and support your friends. Come and see what a talented group we have. It'll be fun, and that'll be from 8 to 10. And then be looking for the Apple Workshop recording that will be posted very shortly. And now, as soon as we end the recording, we will start the AfterBuzz. So thank you and good night.